everybody. That sort of surprised me there. It's sort of just finished. That's my new intro banner. I'd love some feedback as to what you think. I hope you enjoyed listening to it and just reading a little bit about me before we start. To clarify, my name's Steve Mills. I'm here today to talk to you about Profit First. I'm doing a series of these LinkedIn live sessions, doing them every day at 12:30. So if you can attend them, that's fantastic. If not, you can certainly watch them. I'm streaming live on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook, and I'm on YouTube at the same time. How wonderful technology is. It's like buy one, get two free. So it gets me out there, which is one of the biggest problems, I think, facing small businesses right now. It's the word obscurity. So many, if you're an Apple or a Vodafone or a Nike, pretty much most people in the world have heard of you. But in a small business, getting known is a real challenge. And that's why I'm doing these LinkedIn lives. But it's great to have you here. I appreciate your time. I won't keep you for long. I'm going to keep these down to about, I think a couple have gone on to like 20 minutes, but about 15 minutes. And I really believe I'm going to do my best anyway to add some real value to you. And today's LinkedIn Live is about Profit First, as I've mentioned. And I'd like to tell you this is a concept that I came up with many years ago. Having said that, I can't because I'd be lying and I don't do that. So it's by a book. That's the book. It's a book by Mike, and you're going to think, right, how's he going to pronounce that? Michalowicz, I think. But if Mike ever sees this and I've pronounced your name wrong, then many apologies, Mike. But it's a really, really good book, guys. If you don't do anything as a result of today, go and buy this book. And I want to clarify, I'm not on commission. I can't sell it you. I recommend go to Amazon, somewhere like that, wherever you like, and go and buy this book. I can't even remember how much it costs now, but it's just normal book price. I can't say it, but anyway, go and buy this book. Now, I want to tell you about what I took from it. One of the things with accountants and accountancy is that we typically don't know where we are as a business owner until sometime after it's all happened. Take, for example, end of year accounts. Most accountants will, you'll come to your end of year, whenever that may be, and then the accountant over a period of time will do some work, gather some information, then they'll put together draft accounts for you to send to HMRC. And that'll tell you how much profit, how much turnover, and how much costs you've incurred in the last year. But by the time they've got round to it, it's all history. Are you with me? And so whatever the profit is, it is. But it's too late to do anything about it. And that's been going on in the accountancy industry for literally hundreds of years. We come to the end of the year, unless you got management accounts and you're more up to date with that. But what this gives you, this system that I learned and implemented in my business, is it gives you actual, almost like daily feedback as to whether you're on target or not. So the purpose of a business, if you think about it, people say, well, my purpose is to help people. My purpose is to, improve the world and so on and so forth. But ultimately, the purpose of every single business on the planet is to make a profit. That's why we're here. Even if it's a charity, what's the purpose of Cancer Research UK? Is to make a profit so that they can invest that profit in helping to cure this terrible disease called cancer. Yeah, so even in a charity, it's about making a profit. My belief about my business is that the more profit I can make, the more people I help, and to be honest, the more good I can do. Yeah, I'd love an Aston Martin or something like that. I promised myself one day I'm gonna commit and buy one of those, and have more exotic holidays and so on. Yeah, that's all part of the plan as my profit and my business grow. But also, I'm in it to do good as well, and to help people, and to put some of that money back into charity and so on. So, whatever your purpose is, the underlying purpose is to make a profit so that you can achieve your purpose, if you will. So that said, let's just take a look at the actual process, the process of what happens to you in terms of profit. Typically, every month you're going to have costs. Those costs are going to come out of your business. You've got things to pay, and you're going to have income. Money's coming in. And at the end of the month, you look and you see that, I'll just use 10 grand. You've turned over 10 grand this month, and your costs were 7. And so you've made £3,000 profit. I can work that out even without being an accountant. I can tell you're really impressed. But if that's the case, then, that's useful to know. However, one of the biggest problems that I find that businesses have, and he talks about in his book, Profit First, is that you should be taking the profit out of the business so that you can't spend it. Because what do? We see, I've got a few £1,000s in the bank now, or multiple millions of pounds in the bank, whatever it is for you. So I can go and invest it in this, and this. I can go and spend it, in other words. And we all know, in our personal lives as well as our business lives, often the more money we've got, the more money we spend. So I encourage you and tell you what I've done, and I'd encourage you to do the same. And that is this: to set up several bank accounts, not just one where all the money's in there, but set up a bank account called your tax account. Set up a bank account called your profit account. Now, in Profit First, he also talks about an additional account called the director's account, where you put the money that's going to be allocated for you as a director. I actually don't do that, but I use the profit account and I use the tax account. So let me just explain what I do, and then it might make more sense. So what I do is this: money comes into my business. Let's say £1,000 is deposited in my business today. Or let's say £1,000 plus VAT. What do? I immediately take the VAT out of the amount and put it in my tax account, right? Because that's not mine. That belongs to the government. Okay. Now, the full 20% may not be payable because I've got some expenses that I can claim back tax on. I know that. But if you just take it and just shove it in that account, then, any of that will sort of just build up, and, one day maybe you can do something. But my point being is it's out of the business. It's out of what I'd call normal circulation. And I don't touch that. I don't dip into it. I don't touch it. Now, the next thing for you to think about is, what profit do you want to achieve in your business? Because without an understanding, you're never really going to get there. Now, if you're thinking, well, I want as much profit as I can, Steve, it's not good enough. We need a number, or you need a number. So is it 25% profit? Is it 50% profit? Whatever it is for you, think about a percentage profit that you want to try to create. And this is what you do with your percentage. Let's say it's 25%. Okay, that's what it is for me, by the way. I try and make 25% profit for the business, having paid all my bills. So what I do is I take the 20% that I told you and put it in the tax account. The rest of it then, which is £1,000, I take 25%, in other words, £250, and I put it in my profit account. I'm left with £750 in my business account. Now, if I can't run my business with what's left over, okay, what's left over from my profit and my tax, I've taken the profit out, I've taken the tax out, and I'm left with the amount of money that I should be able to use to pay all my bills with, the 75% left. If I can't do that, then something's wrong. And I don't have to then wait to the end of the year to find out that I've only made 10% profit and not the 25. I'll know literally month one. Month one, let's say, I don't know, I turn over 10 grand or 100 grand, doesn't really matter. I use 100 this time. I turn over 100 grand per month, and I've put therefore 25,000 into my profit account. I've got £75,000 left, but I've spent £80,000. So I'm 5 grand short. What am I going to do? Well, I've got to work out what, I mean, okay, I could take money out of that profit account, but I really don't want to. So what I've got to work out is why this is not working, why this idea of me creating 25% profit is not working. It's only 20% because I'm 5 grand short. Okay. And that's it really. That's what I'm encouraging you to do. Take the money out first. Take your profit first. Profit first. Take it out of your account. Put it in a profit account. Don't touch it, or do your absolute best to not touch it. And then when you look at the rest of the money, work out at the end of the month, have I paid all my bills? Have I managed to run my business using 75% of my income, my £75,000 if I've turned over 100, or is it over that, or is it under that? And if it's over, if you've spent 80, we need to look at ways which you can either increase sales or reduce costs, because that's the only thing that will affect your profit. If you want to be more profitable, what can you do? Well, you can reduce costs. You can definitely do that a little bit, can't you? Could you save here, there? Could I turn the lights out in my in my office right now? Yeah, I could. Could I turn the heating down? Yeah, I could. Could I save money elsewhere? Yeah, I'm sure I could. I could save a bit here, save a bit there. And I strongly encourage you to go and have a look at that. Look at what you can save in your business right now. There's probably something. But for real potential, we need to think about increasing sales. If you want more profit, you can save 5%, 10%, something like that. But if you really are committed to making sure your business is more profitable, then it comes down to increasing sales. And there are 3 ways of doing that. 1 is to get more customers. 2 is to increase the average transaction value, the average amount of money each customer spends each time they buy from you. And 3 is to increase the frequency of repurchase. So to give that a supermarket metaphor, it's to get more people into the door, to get them to fill their baskets more with more products, or more expensive or more profitable products, and to get them to come back and buy from you only and not go to the other supermarkets. And if you ask me which is the hardest one to do, Steve, well, it's much harder to sell to somebody new. it's much easier to sell to people that you're already sold to. So, think about that from a concept and what you can do. A lot of businesses that I speak to from a sales and marketing perspective spend all their marketing time, money, and effort trying to win new customers, and they don't really put enough time, money, and effort into increasing the average unit of sale and increasing the frequency of repurchase. So there's a bit of an added bonus to that. I wasn't going to talk about that, but I'm here without a script, and that just came up there. So think about that. So get your account set up. Really easy to do at the bank. I just told them, I explained what I wanted. They said, yeah, no problem. We set that up. I can go onto my phone and just £1,000 it comes in, transfer 25% of that into my profit account. Couple of clicks, boom, it's gone. These days, it is so incredibly easy. So that's about it for today. I hope that's of value. I'm just about on time, so that's good. If I can help you further, I'm not an accountant, just to clarify that. But I have spent nearly 28 years now helping small businesses to make significant increases in profit and to become better at selling and marketing. I'd love to talk to you about my Results Mastery program, which is going great guns. And I know I can get you a fantastic return on investment from any money that you pay me. So if you want to do that, just go to my website. You can see it in front of you there, steve-mills.com. Get yourself a meeting with me. There's some gold buttons. Just click on one of those. That'll enable you to book an online meeting using my diary, and we can have a chat from there. So that's it. Thank you ever so much for listening. And don't forget, back tomorrow with another LinkedIn Live. Thanks very much.